chief negotiator Michel Barnier has been briefing the parties who must sign off on any deal, here leaving a session with the ambassadors of the EU 27 and walking straight into the European Parliament to keep them up to speed on exactly where the talks are right now. He remains, as he has been for some days, resolutely upbeat.
I can say good progress and work is ongoing.
Are you close to a deal?
For days we've been told a deal is close, but getting close and getting it over the line seem to be two very different things. The deadlines have come and gone. It may be too late now to get a full treaty accepted at tomorrow's summit. When Barnier spoke to EU commissioners this morning, the plan already seemed to have been get an outline in place, get the broad principles accepted, and then see if that can get through the House of Commons on Saturday. Certainly when Donald Tusk, the Council President, spoke to Polish TV today, he seemed to think getting those principles was a done deal. It's all still ongoing, he said, but the foundations of the deal are ready, and in theory we could accept that deal with Great Britain tomorrow. Arriving by Eurostar in Brussels this morning, 6 members of the so-called Rebel Alliance come to urge European officials to grant an extension that's long enough to hold a second referendum. That, they say, may be necessary to get a Boris Johnson deal through Westminster.
Does a Boris Johnson deal get through Parliament?
I think that's a very open question. I would suggest it may have difficulty getting through unless it's linked to a referendum.
I'm prepared to vote for it if it's linked to giving it back to the people so they can make a judgment as to whether they want it or whether they want to remain in the European Union.
Decisions on a deal, if one is done, and on an extension, if one is necessary, will depend heavily on the views of Germany's Angela Merkel and Emmanuel Macron of France, meeting today in Toulouse. Merkel, never one for euphoria, simply said the news from the talks could be worse, leaving it to President Macron to suggest things are going well.
I
believe that a deal is just being finalised, he said, smiling, and we are going to be able to work on that tomorrow. Tonight the negotiators are still talking. Tomorrow it will be the turn of the leaders. Don't underestimate the desire of everyone in Brussels to get a deal done.